What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout, and I'm here with Michael's first place Majin Vegeta deck from Zenkai Showdown 2. Yeah, this is the deck profile that you've all been waiting for. It's awesome, guys. I'm spoiling it immediately. It's awesome. It's amazing. But before we begin this video, I need to give a huge shout out to our patrons, because we have even more patrons. The Coffee Club is going strong. Shout out to Jakub, Frank, Adnan, Nave, and Ryan K, our $2 patrons. Guys, if you want to join the Coffee Club to help us continue these crazy YouTube grinds and buy a new table, link to our Patreon is in the description below. And as always, guys, like, share, subscribe, help us grow. We are on our way to 3,000 subs, and we're trying to get there by the end of the BT21 spoiler season. Now, roll the video! What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout, and I am here with Michael, the next Zenkai Showdown champion, who won with Majin Vegeta after playing it for the first time. So, congrats, Mikey. Congrats. How are you doing, man?
Yeah. Thanks, I'm doing fine. Yes, that's actually pretty true. That was my first attempt with Yellow, to be honest. Previously, I played only 2 games with Majin Vegeta, so yeah, kind of took me into the deck, and yeah. So I must say that the event was awesome. I really enjoyed seeing all the people and stuff, and yeah, the organization was awesome as well. A really smooth event, and yeah, managed to take the W.
Yeah, congrats. So Majin Vegeta, guys, like this deck is absolutely insane. Like this leader is phenomenal.
It's nuts. Yes.
Yeah. So Mikey, take us through your deck.
Sure. So to all of you guys that watched previously the poll Majin list, it's kind of similar, as we just twisted it a little bit. So yeah, let's go through the leader first. When this card attacks, draw 1. When you have a Goku and energy, when you have 2 or more energy and a Goku on the field with energy cost of 2 or more, you can flip your leader, draw to 5, draw a card, and tap 1 energy. Or when you're at 4 or less life, I guess. Yes. Then you, on the Awakened side, you have a draw 1 on swing as well. Then you have activate main battle. Once per turn, you can switch one of Goku or Trunks, with the specified name, the archetype ones, and basically you get to switch something on your opponent's side of the field. And this works both turns, which is amazing. And then you have another activate battle once per turn that you can take a life to give yourself a beam, which is kind of broken, to be honest. Free beam for yellow leader, which like combines nicely with your Z leader. If you combine it into in one turn, you get to 25k by doing nothing, basically. So yeah, pretty good effect, to be honest. Pretty good effect. So that was the leader. Let's go through the main deck. So first of all, we have the engine, which is really small, but I like that is really small because you can fit a lot of good stuff good stuff cards, I mean. So yeah, we have 4 of Majin Vegeta, Servant, Auto. When he attacks, you can choose one card of the opponent's side of the field with energy cost of 5 or less and KO it. And if you have 3 or more energy and a Goku on the field, he gains a double strike basically for turn. And you can play it for 1, activate main limit 1. You can draw 1 and play it if you have 2 or more energy. And the draw is in activate main, so it's awesome because even if somebody counterplays it, you still cantrip, so it doesn't neg your hand. Then we have the Enabler Goku, which is unique auto. When you switch it to rest mode, draw a card, and it can be killed by your leader skills. And if you have a second auto at the end of the turn, if you have Vegeta on the field or Z energy, you get to untap him and he gains a blocker. And he gets to be played in battle only for 1 yellow. if you have 2 or more energy from your hands. Then, as another Goku target and Vegeta, we have the Duo, which is an amazing card. For 1 energy, if your opponent has 2 or more, you get to play a Double Striker 20k, which can negate skills of a card and KO it, which is amazing because you can actually kill the Zamasu with it, or another like very annoying card like that has on death effects, if they are KO'd or removed, you just neg it and say no. And yeah, the deck is basically built around 1 energy beaters, so very cheap aggression, and the rest of the stuff is just the classic yellow stuff, to be honest. So that's the core engine, I'd say. And then we have the cantrips and 1-drops. So we have played 3 Kibito Kais, which is basically a top 5 searcher for a Yellow Sand or Earthling, which can actually be useful if you don't see your super combos early. And 1 Trunks the Cunning. We decided with Paul to switch because we initially played 4 Kibito Kais, just for more science and like unconditional draw, to just take the Cunning in, and it's also good against 821. And if you somehow end up with arrested Kibito Kai, you can always just remove them and search for the 5k combo. Yeah. Then we go to the boss monster of the deck, which is the SS3 Goku. I think it's a kind of card I have most doubts in, to be honest. Yes, it's cool because it's basically a 30k duel for 2 that can rest up to 2 energy. But it can only be played if you have Z Battle or Z Lead, and it's for 2 energy. It sometimes came clutch against like very energy dependent decks like Gamma or A21 or any other blue decks, basically. But I think I will twist it a little bit and test some other stuff as well. But it's a good card, don't get me wrong. It's just that I feel that it can be more. You can do more with 2 energy, but we'll see what we end up in the future with the deck. Because I really feel that the deck is really, really powerful. Then we have the most broken card in yellow, which is Sin 2 copies. I mean...
Oh, I don't know what band I was thinking with this one.
I mean, how? Like, deflect, barrier, at least unique, and blocker. Counterplay, draw 1, so you don't even neg your hand. And then you just can neg secrets when they play them as from skill. So, yeah. And it resents, I mean, why?
So I assume that when they design these cards, they're like, hey, Yellow Sin exists, so like let's make this support in Yellow Sin, but they made it accidentally, I guess, so good that it's just insane everywhere.
I mean, and the condition is like nothing. If you have 7 or more cards in energy drop Z energy battle area, I mean, like, what the hell is this? Like, this is literally just turn 3.
Yeah, that's basically it. Like, wow, in a color that can stall forever. So, like, yeah, good job.
And with combination with the Z battle I will show you later, this can basically lock your opponent out of playing the game, actually. So, for no energy after that. So, if you stabilize these 2 battle cards on the field, you will just have a lot of free time. I think this should be banned. I don't know why they printed this card, but it's fine. It's yellow, Then we have our Mecha Frieza package, which is actually 4 Mecha Friezas and 3 additional Mecha Friezas. Because why not? Like yellow needed counterplay that's basically a Mecha Frieza with a blocker. That actually, if you have a Z leader or Z battle card in play, You just say no to any quad strike or victory strikes or anything. I mean, yeah.
It needed, we have been talking a lot about red being so strong, and they were like, well, we need to help yellow. So, like, here
Why
we
not?
go, guys.
Why not? Let's give you more mecha freezes, and let's say, okay, red plays Broly Crown. Okay, you have actually 2 answers for it now that actually are pretty amazing. So either if you have 3 energy or 2 energy open, you just don't give a fuck. So that's our Mecha Freezes package, and then we have Cooler package, which is a Meta Cooler and the Cooler, the real Cooler. So yeah, this is just free negate, which is kind of awesome because you get to see leader for free. So it kind of came clutch in some games that people, after you just make a blow up play, you sometimes just need 1 more negate for free to survive the turn and push on the clapbox. And this came as another like surprise factor for the yellow. And we all know the yellow is just a surprise and trap color. So yeah, it's pretty good. 2 copies is enough. It doesn't come that often, but when it comes, it comes. And obviously, cooler counter. Why not? Like,
Yeah,
how can not say no to a 3 energy draw 2 counter? I mean,
especially when you're playing a deck where your leader gets double strike, the Z leader, and you're like, okay, cool, I win.
Okay, cool. I will swing with leader. Okay, negate. Okay, counter. Okay, combo. Okay, blow up the field. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the combination is really, really good. So then we have the extra card package, which is 2 T-blows. It's really good against a lot of decks, to be honest. 2 Freezer Army reinforcements. Jesus, a tough word. 2 Time Magics. Just a Sparkling Negate, another way to just free negate, and it's really good against multi-attackers. Release from Evil. This is the card I'm not sold about. I know Pauls love it. I mean, it's kind of this or Final Flash, because both of these cards neck the skills. It just released from Evil working in the counter and Final Flash working in the battle. They both have the upsides and downside. This can be free played if you play Unison, and the Final Flash gives you plus 15. So
yeah, I mean, like,
it's a good card, but
I prefer Final Flash as well, because, like, yeah, it's activate battle, but
maybe
it's a combat
one
trick.
split or something.
Yeah, that just blanks and gives you 15k. So, but I prefer Final Flash.
Then we have Realms, 2 copies, and the POSS. So, yeah, nothing much to say. Just a classical green setup, yellow setup. So this is really good in mirror matches, as you can rest the servants if they don't swing with them. So yeah, I think it's 11. 11 cards. Pretty fine to just supply the requirements for Mecha Frieza. And then we have our 3 super combos, which actually will tell you what secret I'll play, so I'll not just reveal it right now. So yeah, the Piccolo Gohan. To be honest, it's kind of a flex spot. You could play Cell Xeno as well, because you have a lot of like servants and stuff, which most likely are dead cards, and you can play a surprise factor of Cell Xeno. But yeah, going like leader swing counter into secret just wins a lot of games basically. So yeah, and it's a free 30k combo. Like if somebody aggresses you and you want to just stabilize the board, it's really awesome. One game I think I played it like turn 1 on turn 2 and just clear the board from it. So
yikes!
Oh,
yeah, insane.
Insane secret. insane sequence. So then we have the one-offs. One-off Poutine. I mean, leader can rest anything, anytime, basically. So supplying the Poutine requirements was really not a deal. Like, you just play it, basically. That's what she says. And it's a good replacement for a missing effect of Trunks Jira when you can rest the first card. And when played in proper order, or I'd say in proper timing turn, it can just lock your opponent out for free. So I really like the card, but I wouldn't like increase the count as you can't charge it. Then we have Secret Identity and another overrun, which is the Vegeta. So we were thinking with Paul about this, if we go 2 Secret ID or 2 Vegetas or stay with 1-1 split, because the deck naturally has a lot of removal for 5 or less or any other cost cards that are in rest. So we didn't actually feel like, do we need this or more or that more? So we decided to stay with the split. And it's actually more meta dependent, which one you choose. Because if the meta is aggressive and you need and lower to the ground cards, you just basically go for Secret ID. If there is a like big cards meta, then you go for Vegeta. That's basically it.
Yeah.
And then we have the Majin Buu, a great card, man. Like
It's okay.
one energy, 30k double strike with deflect. Like
yeah, it's like
at least it's 110k, not a 0.5.
Yeah, and it's like what? I think you have to have like 3 or 4 energy or something like that.
You need to have 4 energy.
Oh no, that's too difficult for yellow.
If you look at some decks that the conditions are like, if you have 3 or more energy, this guy in Z energy, and 4 cards in your drop or something, you can play it, and blah blah blah, and then you have if you have 4 more energy, just play it.
Yeah. What you said earlier sounded like you were describing green. Like hey.
I just didn't want to be like so accurate with the color, to be honest. I just wanted to stay like not biased by this. So
yeah, I realized you missed the discard 1, draw 1 when you play for green.
Yeah, basically it. So that's for the main deck. It's a 50 card list, and you want to keep it 50. Just don't go more, guys. You want to be as consistent as possible with the deck, and yeah, that's how it is. Then we have a Z deck. So of course we play the Z leader. Nothing much to say. It's a 320k when you have 3 or less energy. And combined with leader, we play the SS2 Son Gokus. And this guy can be played from Z stack of the leader, which I forget to Z stack every time. I think I did that skill, the Z stack on leader, like 2 or 3 times during the whole tournament. I'm not gonna say it was connected with the previous day, but it might have.
Maybe too much training.
Yeah, too much training. But yeah, so when I realized that I didn't Z stack under my leader, I was like, "Fuck, man, why did you do it?" But anyway, back to the card. It's a very cool card that lets you re-stand your Vegeta, and it's a 25k swinger that can that can kill a card and rest it, no matter the cost. So very good card to get more powerful swings. Like this deck kind of swings high because the most of your aggression is 25k, and 25k it's kind of a perfect spot number because it's a super combo plus something or 3 cards. Yes, so it's very powerful in terms of like negging your opponent hand and like making them think if they want to really combo the stuff or they want to negate it. So I don't actually play the Buu, the other one, although I sometimes just play the Goku for 2 and 1, which could be cool to just Z-stack the Buu, but the Z deck space is so tight that we actually can't afford it, to be honest. Then we play the missing part of the Sin Shenron combo I said earlier. So these
cards.
two are just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Every time I got two of them set up, I knew I'm not gonna die next turn. I just basically knew it. Like, there is no chance somebody kills you if you can neck one card and rest the other for no energy.
Yeah,
and you have a blocker.
Yeah, I remember when this Goku was revealed, and like it never did anything until recently. But you're reading it, and you're like, this just needs one more missing piece, and it will be broken. Like it has all the takes that it needs to be amazing, and now it finally has the missing piece. Now it's just stupid strong.
Yeah, exactly. If you set this up and somebody doesn't deal with it, they are basically out of the game. And this guy also locks something from swinging next turn. So basically a leader. So you neck their draw, most likely. Or like some kind of powerful unison plays. If they cannot neck the unison. Because if they neck the unison, like negate the Marcus, the effect fizzles and they can swing. So be careful with that. And then we have the barrier removal. And I don't know why this card was designed the way it was designed, because it doesn't. I think it's one of the first cards. I'm not sure if it's the only card, because I'm not really into yellow that much. But I think it's one of the few that can actually kill something in active mode, and not only that, it can kill something ignoring barrier. And if it was in rest mode, it gains critical, and it's a dual attack 20k.
Yeah, that card is really nuts, man. It's like because yellow is one of those colors that like really struggles removing stuff with barrier, and now they finally gave them a strong barrier removal that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, and this guy's always in your hand because he's in Z deck.
Yeah, and that's exactly how you like deal with the combo, the Sin Goku combo. You just, the first time you see the combo and the opponent doesn't have one energy open yet for a T-blow, because this guy doesn't have a deflect, guys. So be careful because it goes under the T-blow. So it just deals with the annoying barrier cards, which is pretty nuts. And last card, but not least, is just classic Oolong. I didn't really play it that much during the event, because like all of the stuff costs 2 Z energy except these guys, and you're not really generating Z energy that much except of the comboing stuff. Which kind of makes me thinking if I would just cut it for 1 boo. But then on the other hand, if you just play a secret, play Oolong, another 40k swing with leader, just destroy the board, counter, and I mean, it's too good. It's really tough because the space is so tight. You want to keep these two, because if somebody clears one, you want to have another one to just build that combo again. So yeah, that's the Z deck.
Nice. And now we just have, this was a best of 1 pre-side and then best of 3 top cut. So let's check out the side deck.
I was mained for a red color most of the time. So yeah, actually playing finals against blue was kind of, the game 1 was, I was really afraid of that. So going into the side deck, we have 3 Gohan Unison, the broken stuff. But because of like we said earlier, I was mained for red decks. This doesn't come into the main deck. It's really good in grind matchups, like a yellow versus yellow, because this Unison actually makes what it needs to make against yellow, because if they somehow doesn't neck their marker, if the turn is played and you have defense setup, it gets pretty nasty because the yellow doesn't have anything to deal with it. Because you will just swing 3 times with it, and if they mecha freeze it doesn't count on the unison. So, and you get a beam, and you then can play another, like make yourself another beam to 25, and if that's not enough, you can Z-awaken to 30. It's just kind of nuts. This leader goes to 25, 30 really easily with that unison. And it's also a draw power. Because like the other best yellow decks, I'd say like this, don't have recent energy on awakening. The Imagine has actually a pretty decent tool that you can like play it on turn 3, not awakening before, and then just awaken your leader, keep one open, and just mecha freeze on the following turn, making your unison just survive. And if you need more negates, you're on 5 lives, so you can token negate or something. And then on the following turn, you just go -3, bam, 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 play maybe another one on top of the other one, -3, bam, 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 25k leader, GG. Like,
it's stupid.
it's stupid. This unison is stupid. I don't know. Then we have the Gohan Videls against Kamba and against like Trunks Jira, like stuff that has annoying barrier cards. But I didn't actually play against the decks. And I played against Trunks Jira, but I didn't really wanted it against the matchup. And I don't think I really needed them. I just needed the unisons for the matchup. And yeah, I'm not sure about this card. It's good, don't get me wrong, but I think we have better spots in the side for the future. Then also against Golden, 2 Death Blasters. I just didn't want it to get random Golden coolered. I remember a game in German Regional when I played Camber, and somebody just dropped cooler turn 5 on me, just random drop, and I lost that game because of it. And I didn't want it to happen this time. It's just this secret. It's like a dump secret. You just don't need a setup. You just play it, and you either win or somebody has an answer. Totally skillless to play, but yeah, it is what it is. That's why I have Death Blast, and that's the change from the last regional deck, because Paul initially played Mechikabura and said, I don't want to play Mechikabura, I want just to play Death Blaster, and when they play the Golden, I want to just fuck them with the Death Blaster. So yeah, that's what this card is for. Then against the Gamma, we have 3 Black Smokes. Also against SS4. But to be honest, against SS4, it's also considered a 15k combo, because you can play it like when you don't draw your supers and you're forced to like combo out of the 8 drops, you can just play it for 2 and draw 2 and have a 5k combo on the board. And sometimes it comes clutched against like having to deal with the multiple 8 drops they play. And you can early time just play it for unison. Then we have 2 Koitsukai against like rival matchups or battle cards heavy defensive tools. Like Sin Shenron plays a lot of battle cards as their defense. Also, the yellow decks tend to play more battle cards today than the extra cards defense. But yeah, the yellow matchup is more of a grind, so I just stayed with for the cooler or some random stuff like A21 or stuff, you know. And then we have like some fixing one-offs. So 1 more Sin Shenron, 1 more Vegito against SS4U14, and the Bergama, which I never cited it. I thought it would be a cool card to have, but for 2 energy, I just want to play this.
Yeah, makes sense.
If my opponent has 2 energy less, I'm gonna play stall game anyway. So I just dropped these for them. Like,
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Yeah. It's so better. It's so much better. So
yeah. So that's the deck, basically.
nice. Thanks, Mikey, for showing us the deck. Your new Zenkai Showdown champion. Do you have any shout outs?
Yes, of course. First of all, shout out to Paul, our head judge, who lent me the deck, and we spent some time twisting it. I know he will just take it to the grave that I said for a long time that I hate yellow and I will never play yellow. But on my defense, the Magin is my favorite character in the game, so I kind of make myself an excuse for that. But to be honest, I really enjoyed playing yellow, and that's a fact. Of course, shout out to you guys, the Lookout. Shout out to you, Damon, and Pivnichaki and all the organizers of the event. Shout out to Team -2, the best team in Europe. Shout out to Oli, who actually came to Poland and played Kamba because he wanted to put it on the map as well. And shout out to all the Polish community, the best community we have in the Dragon Ball. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Well, there you go. This is Mikey's first place, Majin Vegeta. And this has been Damien from the Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.